Vanga named the signs of the zodiac that will go to heaven. Vanga's words still cause shivers, especially those that concern the fate of the soul. In one of her rarest and most powerful predictions, she named the zodiac signs that, in her view, will open the gates of paradise after their earthly journey. This is not about good deeds or ostentatious spirituality. It is about those whose energy is pure, strong, and carries a special bright mission into the world from birth. Today you will find out which of the zodiac signs possesses this rare vibration, who is rightfully considered the chosen one, and what qualities are truly important in order to rise above the earthly plane. These signs are not ideal, but their path is marked by the highest wisdom. Stay until the end, because that is where I will name the main criterion by which Vanga determined the paradise chosen ones. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be the first to learn deep astrological insights based on real prophecies. And in the comments write, do you believe that paradise is not only after, but also inside us? We are beginning to reveal a secret that has long been kept in the shadows. The first sign is Leo. Leo is among those whom Vanga called the chosen ones not because of humility or meekness, but because of the deep strength of the heart, which is able to light the way for others. Representatives of this sign do not ask for forgiveness. They know how to forgive first. And this is where their inner purity is manifested. Their path to paradise lies not through suffering, but through generosity. Leo is able to give a chance to someone who betrayed him, support someone who turned away, and protect even those who do not ask for protection. He carries within himself the law of honor, and this law is higher than human emotions. Vanga said, the souls of Leos will get to paradise for their ability to bring light in the darkest places. They are not afraid of darkness. They go into it first, so that it is easier for others. Their strength is not in aggression, but in the ability to take on someone else's pain and transform it into inspiration. It is Leos who are able to become a support for the world when it collapses. Their actions are not for glory, but for the truth. Even if no one sees, Leo will do the right thing. And this is a sign of a truly pure heart. Leo is not silent when it is necessary to speak. He does not pass by injustice. He does not betray, even if he himself is betrayed. His path is the path of honesty, strength, and generosity. He does not sacrifice himself for applause. He simply knows that he must, and he does it with dignity. This is what makes his soul worthy of the higher worlds. Leos are not perfect, but they do not need it. Their mistakes are not from malice, but from a passion for life. They know how to admit guilt, but do not bow before it. They grow through it, become wiser, deeper, and when the time comes, they leave with ease. Because everything that needed to be given is given. Everything that could be corrected is corrected. Everything that needed to be said is said. According to Vanga, it is Leo who will receive the privilege of not being reborn again if there is no need for it. Because a soul that can be strong and kind at the same time has already passed the highest test. It does not need to be tested by pain, fear, and loss anymore. It is ready for a world where everything is based on the purity of intentions. And Leo goes to it not for a reward, but because he has always lived as if this world already existed. The second sign is Pisces. Pisces are on the list of those whose souls, according to Vanga's predictions, already partially belong to another dimension. This is not fiction or a metaphor. Their internal structure is so subtle and sensitive that they do not live in the world like everyone else. They are in it, and at the same time outside of it. They hear what others ignore, feel pain without words, understand people deeper than they understand themselves. Their connection with higher powers does not require proof. It simply exists. According to Vanga, Pisces will enter paradise not because they lived without mistakes, but because they never lost contact with the soul. Even in moments of weakness, they remained sincere. They could be lost, but they were never evil. Their kindness is not ostentatious, not for praise. It is built into their essence. They forgive, even if they are not asked. They help, even if it hurts. And it is this selfless sacrifice that makes their soul ready for a higher dimension. Pisces is a sign whose heart aches not only for itself, but for the whole world. They silently suffer from other people's troubles, and they do this not for recognition, but because they cannot do otherwise. Their ability to compassion makes them close to the divine. Their path is not a struggle, but acceptance. But not as weakness, but as strength. Because forgiving in silence is harder than punishing in anger. Vanga saw in Pisces a special grain of light that does not fade even in the most difficult conditions. Even if life breaks them, they do not become embittered. They can be broken in body, but not in spirit. Their soul remains soft, sensitive, and open, even if the world has rejected it. This state is considered the key to the heavenly gates, when pain does not turn into a monster, but opens the doors to understanding. Paradise, according to Vanga, will accept Pisces as family. They will not have to prove anything because they have proven everything by their existence. Their quiet, invisible kindness is the most valuable currency in a world where there are no lies. They already live in the vibrations of compassion, and therefore, when their time comes, they will simply move to where they feel at home, without fear, without guilt, simply with dignity. The third sign is Taurus. In recent years, the name Taurus has increasingly appeared in prophetic texts associated with great transformation and purification. Vanga claimed that it is this sign that will go through the trials of earthly life with special dignity and will be among those who will be awarded paradise. The reason is not blind luck or chance. Taurus earns its place through actions, through patience, through the ability to remain faithful and not betray, even when everything around is collapsing. This sign goes through life like a builder. Brick by brick, step by step, it creates order and tranquility around itself. Taurus knows how to maintain balance without destroying others. It does not create storms, but is able to withstand any. And it is this stability, this inner strength that makes it the one who is singled out in prophecies as a symbol of true purity. Not ostentatious, not religious, but practical, real, everyday. Vanga said that Taurus is one of the few who can be kind without expecting gratitude. He cares not for the sake of praise, but because he cannot do otherwise. Even his silence is sometimes louder than words. When he refuses to judge, when he forgives, when he gives a chance where others have already closed the door. This sign does not arrange loud gestures, but daily does what forms the basis of the world. And this is his greatness. According to the prophecy, it is Taurus who will pass the trials of the last times without fear. His soul will not rush about, because he has always chosen the path of work, honesty, and calm faith in goodness. Even in small things, Taurus shows the very purity that Vanga saw. When he shares the last, when he refuses profit for the sake of justice, when he is silent where one could shout and blame, it is at these moments that Taurus gains light, which will become the key to the entrance to paradise. Vanga emphasized that paradise will not open to those who simply dreamed of it. Those who created it here on earth will enter there. Taurus can do this. He does not destroy. He heals. He protects. He teaches patience, even to those who do not believe in love. And all this is not a theory, not a philosophy, but an everyday choice. Taurus is the one who knows how to be faithful in small things, and therefore, he will be faithful in the great. The soul of Taurus is not burdened with vanity. He does not demand a reward, but deserves it like no one else. When the time comes for choice, the gates of paradise will open for those who did not seek glory, but carried the light. Vanga said clearly, Taurus will be among them, because his path is the path of silence, strength, and nobility, which does not need applause. He does not ask, but receives, does not demand, but deserves, does not scream, but sounds. The fourth sign is Cancer. Cancer became one of those whom Vanga called the guardians of souls. Not for magic, not for religiosity, not for ostentatious holiness, but for the ability to be there when everyone is cold, for the ability to feel someone else's pain more than his own, for the fact that even in moments of his own weakness, he continues to care. Vanga said, "Cancer contains a grain of pure love, the one that does not depreciate or destroy. And it is this grain that gives him a ticket to heaven." Cancer is not a fighter in the classic sense. He does not go against, he goes for loved ones, for friends, for those who are bad. He can be wounded, but he will continue to fight, not for himself, but for those who are nearby. In Vanga's eyes, this quality became the main selection criterion, not high-profile deeds, not public virtues, but internal, bloodless, sacrificial love. Cancer is able to suffer in silence and still continue to give. His strength is in the heart. He cannot stand injustice, not because it is fashionable, but because he cannot bear to see other people's tears. He will intervene. He will protect. He will take the pain upon himself. Vanga called him a shield, not a sword, not a hammer, a shield. Cancer saves, closes, sacrifices, and he does it without expecting praise. In the last times, Vanga said, such souls will become the basis of the world. They will not fight for power, but they will be listened to. They will not demand, but they will be supported. Cancer can be quiet, but his silence sounds deeper than the loudest words. His care is not an act, but a lifestyle. He does not learn goodness, he is born with it, and this is his chosenness. The soul of Cancer is permeated with light, but this light is soft, like a candle that burns in the dark. It does not blind, it warms. And it is such souls, according to Vanga, that will be the first to enter where there is no pain, fear, and betrayal. Paradise is not for the strong, but for the real. Not for those who won, but for those who saved. Cancer saves. It does this all its life. It does not seek glory. It does not compete. It simply loves. And it is this love that will open the door for it, before which those who walk through life empty-handed, collecting only their own, will stop. Cancer carried someone else's, and carried it to the end. Vanga saw this, and that is why she said, Cancer will enter paradise first, without shouting, without a parade, simply because it deserved it. The fifth sign is Libra. Libras are those whose souls constantly seek balance between good and evil, and always lean towards the light. Vanga said that it is the representatives of this sign who can undergo the highest purification, not through suffering, but through choice. Because Libra is a sign of justice, and justice is the manifestation of truth. Where others take revenge, Libra seeks compromise. Where others are angry, they try to understand. Their inner need for harmony makes their soul close to the divine structure. Vanga's predictions stated, Paradise is open to those who do not judge, but weigh, and Libra does it better than anyone. They do not put a label, they analyze. Their honesty is not loud, but constant. They try to be objective, even if it goes against their interests. Their justice concerns everyone, enemies, friends, and themselves. They do not justify evil, but they do not label those who made a mistake, because they understand how easy it is to stumble. Libras carry within themselves the most important quality, respect for the freedom of others. They do not impose their truth. They respect the path of everyone. And it is this quality, according to Vanga, that will be one of the main keys to the higher worlds. Because there is no suppression in paradise. There is only respect, understanding, and love. and Libra already lives by these laws. Maybe not always confidently, maybe not without hesitation, but sincerely. In addition, representatives of this sign have a rare ability to see the essence of a person without condemnation. They can distinguish the accidental from the conscious, weakness from meanness. And this is exactly what the universe rewards them for. Understanding the essence is a step towards enlightenment. Libra is not perfect. They doubt, they get tired, they can close themselves off, but they always return to the light. And this is the main thing. According to Vanga's prophecy, Libra will enter paradise not as winners, but as those who have preserved their dignity. Their path is the path of inner peace, the desire for honesty, beauty, truth. They do not destroy enemies, they teach dialogue. They do not take revenge, they let go. Their kindness is rational, and their decisions are balanced. But this is what makes their soul able to exist where everything is based on balance.